All right, everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to day 19 of the Elegance Boot Camp. For anybody new here, hi, I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. You may know me from my cooking channel. I'm all about food and femininity, but I love helping feminine women attract and keep the masculine man of their dreams. Lucy and I are the founders of the Finishing School for the Modern Woman, which is an 8-week privately taught course. We begin again in January. Enrollment is open. If you're interested, go to the link in the description and we would be happy to teach you. It's open to ladies of all ages who want to increase their femininity, elegance, and etiquette. Lucy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Muted. Can you hear me okay? Hi, I'm Lucy. I have a channel that mostly focuses on teaching basic Spanish. And sometimes from time to time, I sprinkle in some topics about femininity, relationship, elegance, etiquette, and all those fun topics that we've been discussing since Maggie and I got together.
Absolutely. All right. So we're going to get right into it, ladies. We have been covering the Ultimate Elegance Guide. This is a book from Vivienne. She has a channel called Woman of Elegance. She's on all socials. I highly encourage you all check her out. She has given us permission to teach from her book. So it's 30 things to do to start your elegance journey. So from November 1 through November 30th, we are covering all of them. We're moving into a new section tonight, ladies, and I'm so excited. So let me see if I can share my screen. Y'all know we struggle stream here, and see if I can bring you all up to speed on what we've done so far. Lightning round if you're new here. We started from the outside in. Get your style. Get your closet organized. Make sure the shoes and accessories are on point. Make sure your makeup and hairstyles are neat and easy to recreate. Make sure your grooming is great, looking and smelling good at all times. Ladies, work on that posture. Sit and stand properly for that silent confidence. Then when you speak, make sure you listen more than you speak. Make sure you think before you talk. Make sure when you do speak, your words are articulate, and make sure you don't share everything. Don't be spilling all those beans. Have some mystery to you. Watch your body language for any nervous ticks and clicks. Make sure you're well read and you're versatile in all situations. We just wrapped up the section on dining. You all know I love food. Clearly, I like to eat. But when you're dining with others, make sure you watch those table manners. Use those utensils correctly. They all have a purpose. Make sure you know how to operate in a restaurant with the menu. Know the protocol when you dine with others. It's never about the food. We spent 2 wonderful days talking about afternoon tea. Vivienne is British, so a lot of her content is going to skew English, but we had a lot of fun talking about afternoon tea. Okay. We are moving into another section, ladies. As you can see, elegance is more than just about putting on any name brand dress. We're going to start talking about relationships today. Relationships are so important. I think at the end of the day, that's the most important. I think so. So today we are going to talk about choosing wisely. I'm so excited. All right. So let me pull up her book so you all can see. And I always say, when it comes to this type of personal development, ladies, whether or not you are interested in personal development for, relationships, or it could be, a job interview or business investing, it's really great for personal development. But I really do think at the end of the day, relationships matter most. All right, so this is Vivienne. This is her book. You can get 20% off using the code Elegance20. She's made it at a discount for our audience. And thank you, as always, to Brandon L. Jett, who has made this book free for all of our students in the finishing school. If you want to join us in January, you will get a complimentary copy in your dashboard. All right, ladies, poise in relationships. Let's talk about choosing wisely. Before we begin, Lucy, did you want to add anything?
No, I have to apologize. I got these mints. They're soft mints. And I popped one in and I didn't realize they were that big. So when I saw myself on the screen, you could see the huge mint on my cheek. I'm so sorry. So no, I think this is going to be a great topic.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Look, I love those soft, but okay, we're going to take a tangent. 2 seconds. Y'all know those after dinner butter mints? Oh my God, I could eat them. It's such bad. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I love them. We got some new ladies in the house. I just want to say hello to, is it Lachey Stokes Greenwood? Welcome. My first time seeing you here. And I also saw a Pierre Bike Life TV. Thank you all for supporting. We appreciate you. Okay, so what does Vivienne say? And then I would love to know what you all say about this. Okay, she says, choose wisely, fall in love, but do so with your eyes open. Consider the kind of man you're connecting your life to. Is he worth the stress? Choose a man of class, value, and integrity. All right, I'm going to stop there. We're going to unpack this. Ladies, this is a lot. Lucy and I promote marriage and long term. Neither of us have casual dating experience. We both married young. We've shared openly that those marriages ended in divorce after about 10, 12 years, and now we're in our second relationship. So with that understanding, what we promote here is always going to be for the purpose of marriage or long term. If you're interested in something casual, that's fine, do you, but our content is going to be for those ladies who want lifelong relationships, okay? So Vivienne says, Fall in love with do so with your eyes open and consider the kind of man you're connecting your life to. I really love that because, ladies, there's a lot of talk about we're equal. I've always shared, I got caught up in some of that modern woman mindset. And I will say we are equally valued, but we are not equal. I will say it again and again. A man creates the life that he wants for himself, whether or not he is successful at work and planning for a family, or if he's in a basement playing video games and smoking all day. That is the life that he has created for himself. Your job and our job as women is to look at that life and see if we want to be a part of his life that he's already created. Okay. So you can choose to hitch your wagon to that, or you can choose to politely decline and exit with grace. But what you will not do, ladies, and some of us take another trip around the mountain, you're not going to change him. You're not going to nag him into being different. You're not going to wrestle him to the ground. You're not going to compare him to any other man. The man is who he is. So you choose wisely. What would you say, Lucy?
I agree. Once a man has established himself in the world, that's when we make our decision to tag along to wherever they decide they're going. So again, thinking about, oh, but once we get this relationship more official or we are married, I'm going to change him. Nope. What you get at that time is what you're going to get for the rest of your life. And that's when it comes with you making the decision whether you want to go along with that life or say, you know what, this is not for me, and part ways.
I love that. I was actually doing a consult right before this session. I do private one-on-one coaching outside of YouTube. You all can go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com if you're interested in a free session. But what we were talking about is a relationship that she had had years ago, and it ended, broke her heart, and it took her a very long time to get over it. But what she realized is after all of her grief and turmoil, when she looks at him now, all those years later, he is still in the same place that she was when they were together. So again, ladies, you are not going to change him. So you need to, I love what Vivienne says about fall in love. And ladies, I love love. We love love. But you have to realize that men and women look at love and relationships differently. We want to marry for that love, that security, that companionship, that intimacy, that, I don't use the word partner, but that life partner. That's what we've dreamed about, most of us, since we were young, right? However, men don't. They look at it like, okay, I've gotten to a certain point in life on my own. Now I want to choose a woman for whether it's marriage and family or feminine companionship or whatever. It's very different. So just be mindful of that. Okay, what else does Vivienne say? Consider the man you're connecting your life to. Is he worth the stress? Because it is stressful, ladies. It can be good stress, but relationships are compromise. Choose a man of class, value, and integrity. I'm going to park right there. Ladies, and especially young ladies, hear me. Y'all with these long lists. If I have heard it, I have seen it all. We all have a dream person in our minds, but ladies, come out of the clouds and come down to the real world, okay? I'm not telling anybody you have to be miserable, no, but you have to realize that when a man chooses you, he's not getting everything that he wants either, all right? You're not the only one settling here. So we need to be really mindful of that. Some of us are older, some of us may have children. Some of us may not be able to have children. Some of us may have come from a bad family background and we don't really know how to, fall in line. We're a little bit headstrong. Men see all of that.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron Laura, for telling me I was muted. So Maggie's going to join us in a little bit. I think her StreamYard, something happened with it. But I think on the uh, fall in love, but do so with your eyes open. Consider the kind of man you're connecting your life to. Is he worth the stress? The way I was looking at it too is also when it comes to friends. Um, just make that same choice about the friends that you're surrounding yourself with. Make sure that consider the kind of person that you're connecting your life to when it comes to friends as well. And are they worth the stress? We know that some friends bring us into their own chaos, and it brings that stress over friendships with them. So I think that this also, even though we're talking about men woman relationship, I think it also is related to um, friendships all along. Choose, I think, I don't know if she touched the choose a man of class, value, and integrity. The same thing would go with a friend. Choose friendships with class, value, and integrity. But when it comes to male female relationships, that very much applies. I think that once you start realizing that a good man brings in those values of um, integrity, character in class, you will be finding the different type of man that you will be wanting to date with, wanting to be creating any type of relationship with. Sorry, Maggie. I know that you had issues with your StreamYard.
Y'all, I am so sorry. And thank you, Lucy, for holding it down. We were struggle streaming. I know she did an amazing job, but I was on a rant about our lists that we have. What I was just saying is, and I'll pull up Vivienne's document in a second, but she was basically saying choose a man that's classy. The qualities that she listed, ladies, for choosing, and everybody has a type and you like what you like, but getting stuck on some of those, I'll say, superficial qualities don't make a man. So just really reevaluate that list. She says choose a man of class, choose a man of value, and choose a man of integrity. Okay, so really be mindful of his character. Y'all, we are all in the mix of it. What are you all saying over here? Okay. Oh gosh, y'all, I'm so sorry. All right, let's see what you all are saying. Tara says, keep that short and sweet. Don't sell yourself a pipe dream. No one is perfect, and you can be perfectly and wonderfully happy without everything being checked off that list. I love that. And Tara is happily married. And so, those of us that have been in these long term relationships, like you realize marriage is a compromise. Lucy, you're having a struggle.
Well, as usual, my dogs, she decides to want to get in and out and in and out. But on the list thing, I don't remember ever having a list. The one thing that I always wanted in a man was a man of good character. Everything else it's just dreams, like Tara said, it's a pipe dream. These lists with 13, 20, 50 items that you want on that list, and you know what the man wants from you is respect, femininity, and just a loving wife. That's their list, nothing else. So I mean, they're unbalanced at this point.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, you all, I think we've made our point on that one. But yes, bottom line, ladies, choose wisely. Okay. We're looking for life partners. Okay. This is not a decision to take lightly. What else does Vivian say? Pressure, desperation, money, and physical attraction shouldn't determine who you settle with. Don't throw or force yourself on a man. Now, let's unpack this one as well, ladies, because yes, of course, you want someone who is independent, who can take care of themselves. Most of us want a man who can provide. But provision is really about making sure you have what you need, food, clothing, shelter. You're not destitute. It's not what we see on the internet for these lavish vacations and all of this, gifts every week. That's just not the real world. None of us grew up like that. There's special occasions. We know the holidays are coming, and that's fine. But be very careful comparing the real world to what you see in make believe. So when she says pressure, desperation, I like that. I'm working on coming up with a concept that will really help us look at things more objectively. And ladies, I know we are all emotional creatures, and that's fine. I love getting caught up in the emotion of a lot of things. I get happy. I don't get too sad, but like I express my emotions. But when it comes to making a decision about marriage, long-term relationship, who you are going to be, the feminine asset to his masculine brand, that really needs to be a sober decision for us because it really is for them. Men look at marriage and relationship like if there's a bump in the night and I have to send the family out the back door to safety and I have to stay here and defend the castle and lose my life in doing so, I am willing to do that. So that is the mind frame that a man takes when he's choosing a woman. It's not the Disney, we're going to be in love, we're going to look into each other's eyes. It's not that at all, ladies. They look at it as, am I willing to lay my life on the line? So you want to make sure, just because you want something so bad, the pressure that we put on men, or acting like, we just can't not survive if this doesn't happen. You're asking a man to really give of himself up to the end. And I'm gonna tell you, like my man told me, buckle up, buttercup. He said, y'all women act like y'all giving out these rings. I was like, what? Oh, okay. And that's how he talks to me. So,
It's
ladies, we
true.
want their name, their ring, their covering, their protection. So we need to make sure we are worthy of them making that choice. All right. You like that one, Lucy?
I loved it. It sounds just like him. I can just imagine him saying that because that would be him. And it's true. I mean, it's just we want so much of our men, and what do we offer in return? Some of us offer chaos, that emotional chaos that some of them, God bless my husband, because, we can be really emotional. And some of these good men accept us with that um, quality, and maybe sometimes with a defect that we are as women, emotional, crazy women sometimes. So I think that we need to get back into reality, and take a look at relationships in a practical way, and not become thinking that these TikTok relationships are real life, because honestly they're not. They're not. You only see this part of the relationship when everything else around them is probably chaos. So we need to be practical when it comes to what we want from our men.
Yes, and speaking of chaos, and Lucy and I have been. Lucy's remarried. I've been in another long term. So we speak from women who have been married and long relationship experience. My man actually calls us women collectively agents of chaos. Basically, if everything's going all right, like he's like, you're just always doing something. You're just always doing stuff. And I'm like, I know, but so ladies, I'm right there with you, okay? What does Lisa say? I only had a short list of non-negotiables and there are some. Yes, I mean, look, ladies, we can all look at our men or the men that we would want and probably say, "Ugh, this thing that he does." But you know what? They can look at us and say, "Ooh, these things that she does." So, non-negotiables is a great way to call it, deal breakers. Like as long as it's not that, if you have most of it, I think you're winning. So,
Mhm.
and you can keep checking off that list. But all right, anyway, what else does Vivienne say while we're over here? Um, so we talked about money and the physical attraction. Of course, you want to be attractive, but y'all that are 5'2" saying he has to be 6'4", like I don't even know. It's okay. Um, don't throw or force yourself on a man. Define the relationship and discover exactly what he wants right from the start. Ooh wee. I'm gonna park right here on this one. Ladies, it's very important. if you know you want marriage and family, you have to date with intention. I was just telling my consult earlier today, in my opinion, those of us who want relationships, it doesn't make sense to have too many any you don't I don't think you need a hot girl summer, but when you have a lot of casual experiences beyond all the other damage, it wastes time because you may not hit a home run the first time. So what you should focus on is dating the kind of men that you can see as husband material, or I could see myself with this man. That way, the dating process is to see, do we like each other? Are we compatible? When you date people that are not husband material, that are not marriage material, that are just boys, that are just fun or whatever, you either try to change them into something else, which is not going to work. We already covered that. Or you get sick of it and then you want to come over here and date a man who is on his purpose, and you're lost because you don't know how to handle a man who's going to just look at you and say, it's a no, and it's not a conversation. And you're like, what? What? So relationship, like Kevin Samuels used to say, and Lucy and I have a Kevin Samuels connection, relationship muscles are a skill that you can only practice when in relationship. So watching what other people are doing, listening to what your girlfriends are doing, dreaming about it is not real relationship practice. Okay. So make sure you're mindful of that. So when Vivienne says, define what he wants, you need to know what you want and ask him, ladies, hear ye, hear ye. If a man says, yeah, I'm not really interested in relationships, I just want to have fun, believe him. Doesn't make him a bad person. It actually makes me respect him more that he's going to just come out and say it. Now, you have a choice to make. Do you want to stay around and be the fun girl? Or do you want to exit gracefully and say, thank you so much for letting me know. I really always seen myself as a wife and a mother, so I'm going to continue looking for that. I wish you all the best. And exit and date the man that's already looking for the wife that you want to be. All right, Lucy, what would you add to that?
Yeah, I wanted to touch back on the don't throw or force yourself on a man. Again, that is, men see that as desperate. They are, again, they are the hunters. They are the ones trying to chase us. This thing about you trying to be too much and have them choose you because you're in their face all the time, that's going to be for them a red flag and say, nope, she's too much. I don't want this. This is not what I'm looking for. And it's just, it's so unbecoming. You know, desperation is not a good thing, especially when you're looking for the right man. And I believe Maggie is frozen again. Um, Define the relationship and discover what exactly he wants right from the start. He, again, as Maggie said, he will let you know whether he wants something serious or not. And you should be able to see that by the third date. I know that with my husband, we've been married 16 years now, and I was married before for 11 years. So on both relationships, on the third date, he let me know exactly what his intentions were without even doing the physical, the sexual part. They know the type of woman they want by the third date. And then after that third date, it's up to us as women to show them that we are also interested in making the relationship more official with the things you do. Because one thing is to say you're a traditional woman, to pretend that you want that traditional lifestyle, but if you're not showing it to them, men watch, men see, men look at actions rather than the words. Because again, we women, we are so emotional. We can change our mind from 1 second to the other. Um, and if a man tells you, this is what I want out of relationship, believe him, because you are not going to change their mind because they are focused. They have a goal in life and you're either going to be the right woman to go along and meet that goal or not, and they will tell you whether you are or not. So let me go back into some of these comments. Sarah says, bless my husband. He's so sweet. He lets me be emotional. When I'm done, he asks me if I'm ready to be practical again. Yes, he also calls us agents of chaos. Yes, because our emotions take over any kind of thought pattern at the moment. And they're the ones that get us back into, into the more practical and thinking environment. Mona says, the worst thing we can do is wait around to be in a situationship, expecting a man that's not marriage minded with you to change. Exactly. A man will tell you whether he wants a relationship or not. These 7, 8, 9 year situationships that where the man has told you that he's not interested in anything else, that's on you to either go along with it or say, you know what, at this point, I think I want something more serious. And, God bless you, and you move on. I think you're muted. I can't hear you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
There we
Tonight is
go.
the worst, the absolute worst. Thank you so much, Lucy. And thank you for bringing up the comments, you all. I did want to see we have Nelly Cios here from Nigeria. Thank you so much for listening in. Aaron Laura says men are pretty darn direct. Yes, they are. And ladies, that is important for you to know. Having a conversation with a man is very different from having a conversation with your girlfriend, especially masculine men. Mine was texting me now. They are usually men of few words. They're not going to repeat themselves. Okay. So you need to make sure that you're listening well. And then also, ladies, don't get so sensitive, if you will. They're going to say things and it's going to land the way that it's going to land. This is another reason why it's so important that you choose wisely. So okay, that came out a little bit harsh, but I know what he meant. I know how to receive that. Let's see what else you are. Yes, Lucy always holds it down, y'all. We are struggling today. Mona says the worst thing we can do is wait around and be in a situationship expecting a man that's not marriage minded with you to change. OMG. Yeah, Lucy said it. Ladies, they are who they are. And here's the other thing. If a man is going to change, he is going to do it on his own, in his time, and usually without you, because you don't want a man to cave to the pressure that you put on. Because if he ever makes a decision because you pressured him, believe me, he will resent you for it. And
Yeah.
you will feel that. And you do not want that. Anything else, Lucy? Oh, we got Lachey says, if he doesn't make it clear within 3 to 5 dates, should you bring it up or just move on? I love this question. I would say on date one, and here's how I would handle it, or maybe my suggestion. And I'd love to hear what Lucy says, especially in the very beginning. And I'm talking about, just you're meeting for coffee or something like this. You can ask questions about their future plans, or how do you see yourself, or, something like that, that's very neutral. And you're not even asking, do you see me as a wife? That would be odd. But you can also observe, ladies, like if he's working a stable job and a home and a reliable car, and he's doing things like planning for a family, or does he have a bunch of guy roommates and he's saving up for a Harley because he wants to go cross country? Neither of them make him a bad person, but you can kind of pick up on those clues. You can also say, I was talking to my consult earlier today, and she's basically going to respectfully decline entertaining men who aren't marriage minded. And again, ladies, there's a way to do it gracefully. But if a man tells you, I'm not really interested in a relationship right now, I'm just looking for, something fun. Thank you. Um, I don't know. I mean, it's just so foreign to me. I think, and I don't really believe in like the whole energy thing, but I don't feel like someone who would want something casual would approach me because I think I show up as a serious woman. So I would hope that's what would be attracted to me. But what would you say, Lucy? You're muted now. Can you unmute yourself?
Weird.
There
Can
we
you
go.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. But I heard an echo. Do I hear an echo or no?
No.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so God, my
Professor
Okay,
Ed.
so if you listen on the first, second, third date, you will know by what he's saying whether he's relationship marriage minded or not. That's why it's so important. These first three dates, that's where your listening skills should be on point because that's where you're going to start getting that language, whether, he talks about future goals, future wife, future, anything in the future. He's future minded and he's thinking about having somebody next to him. And that's where you start listening to on his conversation about what his plan is for the rest of his life.
I love that. We have a gentleman in the chat who says, this is true. We love to be honest. And I think, ladies, if we're really being honest with ourselves, 8 or 9 times out of the 10, the man has said, oh, I just want to chill, or some version of, I just want to have fun, or let's just keep it light. He has probably said something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Buckle up. I'm going to give you some more Southern gentleman speak. I'm going to tell you what my man said. So usually a man has said something like that. We either blow past it because, we want what we want, me included. I've bumped my head, or people told us we wouldn't listen. Um, So either we just didn't listen or we thought we could change him. And we've already addressed that. We're not changing anybody. Because
No.
look how much we buck up when somebody tries to change us. Okay. So people change when they want to. I'm choosing my words. But my Southern gentleman said, why do you ladies act like when we tell you we don't want anything serious and you keep coming around, we're going to say, oh, no, 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 please don't. No, it's a no, right? Ladies, they are going to accept whatever you choose to give them. Okay. And especially if you look at it from a man's perspective, if he was honest with you and you still keep coming around and entertaining that, he's like, well, I didn't lie. She's still here. She must be
Mhm.
okay with it.
Yes. Yep.
So then we really don't have anybody to blame but ourselves. All right. Lachey says, thank you, Lucy and Maggie. We have Dorika. She says, just stumbled across this live, enjoying the conversation. For those of y'all that are here for the first time, welcome to the epic struggle stream. But Lucy and I have so many classes and resources. Just so you all know, you can go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. We have on-demand courses that you all can check into and get instant access. We usually do a weekly Ask Us Anything for the month of November. We're doing this Elegance Boot Camp, and then also the Finishing School for the Modern Woman. Enrollment is open. That is our 8-week flagship course. Comes with workbooks, and we have some students, some alumni in the chat. If you're interested in learning more from us offline, we have a lot of resources for you. Anything else? Oh, Professor S, your first time too. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here and for sticking through with us. It's usually not this bad, but we love to give back. We do believe in the older women teaching the young, just like Kevin Samuels instructed us to. All right. Anything else, Lucy? Anything else to add?
I had a list. Okay, so you know me in my research. Look, I had a list here of things that I was going to talk about. Then I had a list here. So I looked up um, when you're going to meet someone, when you're planning on meeting your significant other. One of the things that I noticed in my research is that we're focusing a lot on looks. Looks aren't everything. Yes, what is it that we want? A six-figure man, 6+ foot tall, six, a wash, a board, whatever abs. But you know what? In light of eternity, if the world is coming to an end, those washboard abs are not going to get you out of the head that might be coming, that your husband is going to get you out with that husband, with that, what is it? Dad body that he might have. So, I mean, we're focusing too much on the appearance rather than the character. Character should be the main thing. And the beautiful thing is that if you meet the man that doesn't have that body that you're looking for, they can always change. You can go to the gym. Men can change in a heartbeat. All you have to do as a wife is change their diet, go with him to the gym. And sadly for us, they're going to lose 20 pounds before we lose our first 5 pounds. But you can help them on the physical. But when it comes to character, that should be the main thing that you should be looking for. Also, family background. Where does he come from? What is his family like? Has he ever taken you around his mom and dad or his family life to see what the environment is? So those are things that require a lot of observation, a lot of listening skills to see where he comes from. Because again, a man of character has all of these things in his background that will show you that, yeah, he's the man I want to have his baby.
I love that. And I left this comment up from Professor S. He says, Lucy, that's quite a list. Oh, yeah. If Lucy can make anything, it is a list, a checklist. We are actually planning, ladies. I almost forgot to tell you. So, our finishing school is 8 weeks online, but remote. So, it's a Zoom, it's a Saturday school. We will be teaching starting January 6th after the holidays, 3 p.m. Eastern. 12 noon Pacific. So we encourage you to come live to class, but it is recorded and you have lifetime access. Plus, we bring in great guest speakers and have so many resources for you. But we are planning an in-person graduation. Lucy's actually planning it. Our current group of students have voted for a dinner. So if you want to join us for our in-person graduation, it'll be our ladies from the fall session and the winter session will be coming here to Atlanta, and we'll get a private dining so we can put a lot of this into practice. And we have a very generous finishing school sponsor who is watching, who has
Oh,
who has offered plaques for the students, so you will be able to get those. So we would love to teach you. Let's see, the one above all says nothing like a couple that works out together. Oh yes. And I wanted to say something
yep.
about these looks. You like what you like, okay? Everybody has a type, that's fine. But ladies, before you get too caught up on his looks, and I always say, I know I'm a 5. Just know that you are not bringing, none of us look amazing all the time, okay? Look at yourself in the mirror. We all wake up looking a little crazy, but he loves that about us, right? They
Uh-huh.
love our flaws. They love the effort that we put into it. They know that some days, we're stunning and some days we're just regular, and that's okay. So just be very, very mindful. I always find it disturbing when women who are average, like me, I don't think there's anything wrong with average, want, somebody who is exceptional. But if he's a man of exceptional character and if he, protects you, ugh, what
Mhm.
more? What more? What more? Mona's giving the hundreds. Y'all are laughing. Erin Laura says, a good woman can influence change without forcing change. That's great, Lucy. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's that inspiration piece, ladies. Just your presence alone speaks volumes. And men love us for who we are to them and what we do for them consistently over time. All right. We have that falling in love emotion. Disney men don't. They like that consistent showing up woman in their life, and they're like, man, that's how you make yourself irreplaceable, ladies. That's your tip. I saw something else in here. I wanted to see. Tara had said something about her husband, and I don't know if you covered that. What does Mona say? I agree with that, Maggie. Men can sense and see us and will approach us accordingly based on how we present ourselves as well. That's another part of it. Ladies, it's true. That's another reason why you really don't want to be out here if marriage and family is important to you, because a man is going to ask. A man who is vetting you for real because he's thinking about, is this the caliber of woman that I want to sacrifice for? If there's only food for one person, I will go without so she can eat.
Hmm.
If there
Hmm.
is only money to take care of one medical bill, she will have the best. That is how men look at it. That's what my man said, you get the last. So that is the mindset that a man is looking at, all right? This is not just a casual thing. So think very seriously about that. So when you carry yourself out here as the fun girl, especially for long periods of time, just know that when a man is vetting you, he's going to ask some serious questions and you should have some explaining to do. And if you made mistakes, you need to be able to own up to that and just say, you know what, I chose poorly before, but I'm really willing to put my best foot forward. You're not going to cheat anything. There are no shortcuts here, ladies. So we're here to tell you. What does Professor S say? He says, we don't mean to be harsh. The truth hurts, but it helps. We get spanked all the time in here. Lachey said, I answered your question. I'm so happy. Mona said it can be difficult to hear sometimes, but chew the meat and spit out the bones when your man speaks to you. He cares about you. That's why he's telling us, ladies. Mona said something right there. Here's another tip. My man told me, ladies, beware of the man that lets you get away with everything. When a man doesn't correct you, when he doesn't say, I don't want you wearing that, when he doesn't say, you sure you need to spend that money? Or anything that seems like a little bit of a correction, when he's just like, yeah, girl, do you? Be wary of that. A man doesn't treat his woman that way. He's not going to let you be out here reckless because you are a reflection of him. All right. So, those of y'all boss ladies that don't want to be told anything, okay. So, there was something up here that Tara said about her husband. I just wanted to grab that. Tara says, bless my husband. Yes, we love the hubs. He's so sweet. He lets me be emotional. When I'm done, he asks me if I'm ready to be practical again. I love that. He also calls us agents of chaos. Okay, so shout out to the men. My inside voice is like, then why are y'all here? But I'm working on it. Anything else, Lucy? You're muted. I'm sorry.
No, usually I have the unmute button here, but my microphone is mute. So that's why I go to the side and mute it and unmute it. So something's happening here, but I don't know what's happening. Anyway, unfortunately, modern life has made it so easy for us women to think that we can do without our men.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, um, well, fortunately for me, I come from countries that have had chaos, and men are the ones that come to protect us when chaos happens out there. So I think that it's important to start looking at, maybe selfishly, at why we would need protection from our husband, and appreciate all that they can do for us, all that they do for us. Marriage can get boring at times, but you know what? Sometimes life is like that. It goes up and down. And I've heard in some of these, social media things, women say that the reason that they got divorced was because the husband was boring. Are you serious? You are the wife. If it was that boring, you should have been doing whatever required in that relationship to make that spark start up again. Because marriages, you can't have always a life of just ups, ups, ups. There's always going to be downs. And that's why you need that to vet that person from the beginning to make sure that you're going to be with them in the good, in the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, I cringe when I hear that women who say, life is boring. It's not supposed to be a cakewalk. But look, like Kevin Samuel said, winter is not coming, winter is here. And we're at that time of year where it's holidays, and y'all wish you had a boring family to spend
Mhm.
the holidays with. Just ladies, just that breaks my heart because it just shows that you don't understand men and you don't appreciate men all that they do out there to slay, to provide, to protect, to eat, what, so that we can have that boring life. It's a huge sacrifice. They are basically taking years off of their life to make us a little bit more comfortable. So show respect and appreciation for that.
Mhm.
Tara says, so excited to attend the dinner. She can't express enough. If you sign up for the finishing school, Tara just finished finishing school with us. You really should. It's life changing. Oh, thank you so much for saying
Thank you.
that. I saw something in here. Mona got in trouble. What did Mona say? About men speaking to us harshly or not harshly as men. That's just how they speak. Mona says, how do I know? I had to get corrected, but it was out of love, and I'm thankful for my husband. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, ladies. Absolutely.
One of the things that some ladies can do is just observe, watch a group of men uh, deal with each other. They're so direct when they say things. And even in the corporate world, you noticed how they deal with each other because it's, this is the fact, this is how it's going to be. And they've had to, in the world of business world, they've had to kind of turn down their assertiveness to deal with us because, our feelings are going to get hurt in the business world, and unfortunately, that has created a really imbalance in the corporate world, in the business world, and all that stuff, where a lot of women have become masculine to be able to be that assertive with those men. And unfortunately, some of these women take that masculinity into their homes, and then they're and it's kind of like a vicious cycle. But I would say that um, if you have a chance to observe men in their barbershop and how they talk with each other and how direct they are, you learn how to appreciate them when they tell you things because it's not out of being mean. It's just they're direct, they're to the point, and that's how it is. Their feelings don't get hurt. I mean, sometimes you see them, they tell each other the most incredible things about each other when they're ranting back and forth that you're like, oh my God, how can they treat each other? But they're best friends and they talk to each other like that. But I think it's important to understand that men are direct. When they tell us something, it's because they're looking out for us, and the way they say it doesn't have any issue. Is what they're telling us that should be the key to understanding them.
I absolutely agree. Ladies, you've heard me rant before this we're all equal. I will say it until the cows come home. And y'all know I don't like animals. We are not equal. We are equally valued, but we are very different. And I think those differences can be beautiful. But I love what Lucy just said. Y'all know I just had my 30th high school reunion, so I'll be 48 in a couple of weeks. And part of our reunion weekend was a tour of our old high school. Of course, it's been renovated, so we're all like, "Ooh, we didn't have any of this. These kids, y'all." Two men that used to play on the football team. So we're walking, one saw another one from behind before the one in front saw him. The way he greeted his classmate, came up behind him, bear hugged him, lift him up off the ground. The guy's like, set him down hard. I thought I broke my ribs watching this. The guy in the front turned around, y'all know how they do. And I'm looking like, these are almost 50-year-old men. Just the greeting was violent. So, ladies, again, We are not men. We are not, we can't compete with them. It's just, it's whatever little, rah rah you think you have, men see right through that. That's what Sarah said when she was on here. So your femininity is your superpower. Allow the men to be men. Y'all know I'm a mom of two boys, two teenage boys. They will roll into it and then get up and they're best friends. I've never seen anything like it in my life. So I love what Lucy said about if you just stop and observe. And ladies, especially those of you all that don't have men in your life, like fathers or uncles or brothers, if you are surrounded by women who tell you about men, okay, I hear you, but use your own eyes and your own ears and your own experience and just observe men the way that they are and see how they carry themselves, because you could be set up to really like misunderstand. And then you get in a relationship and you take it as, oh, you're controlling. Oh, you're mean. Oh, you're this or that. He's just a man. And we love men. We respect men. We are protected by men here. We appreciate the men. All right. Anything else, Lucy? Yeah, shout out to all the masculine men. Tara says, shout out to all the masculine men in our lives. It's on their backs and we can all rest. I love that. Isn't that what Kevin Samuel said? The pressure is built for their shoulders, not our hips. I told y'all, Maggie's like memory foam. I am not tough at all, ever. Ooh, Professor S says that masculinity will leave women miserable because they are trying to beat nature. You can't beat nature. Mic drop. I was just like, yeah, ladies, yeah. And as we get older, we're all tired. The one above all says, if my grandmother left my grandfather, she wouldn't have had him to care for her day in and day out when she got dementia. It's not about the 20s and 30s. No one knows what's coming at 60s, 70s, and 80s. This right here, today, and we are not political, but today, Jimmy Carter's wife of 70 years passed away. One of the former presidents of the United States. They were married in 1940 something. And I mean, just, I love that when I see an old couple, because they've been through things. There were some boring days, there were some exciting days, but oh, to be able to have that security that when I take my last breath, oh, don't even get me started. Yes, that's what matters, ladies. That's what matters. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, all right, Lucy, do you have anything else? I know we had a struggle tonight, but I think this was, oh, Sweet Thumb says women have
Sweet
to
thumb.
tell other women this stuff. It can be the same words, same truth, and somehow the tone was why it was not received in the manner it was provided.
Mhm.
That is why we are here. If you all don't know, I booked a session with the late, great Kevin Samuels in 2021. I wanted to create a space for women teaching women because he said that the women have to teach each other. Lucy was a moderator, still is a moderator on Kevin Samuels' channel. You all know. Ain't that right, Luke Casely? I can hear him saying that now. But we are very passionate. Neither of us have daughters, and we're very passionate about giving back. And so I'm glad that you all find value here. Please keep coming back and share. We're going to be doing this every day for the month of November and then every week. Anything else, Lucy?
I think, can you hear me? Okay. I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Okay.
Uh, I have some rice prepping for my husband, some chicken cut he needs to grill, some salad that I need to toss. So I think we're good to close out today. And tomorrow we continue with the relationship.
Okay.
So looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow because it's going to be interesting as well.
Yes. So we are here every night, 9 p.m. ish Eastern. But turn on your notifications. We are continuing Vivienne's book. Link is in the description. You can get your own copy. Come back and we'll see you all tomorrow. So until then, thank you all so much for being here. Those of y'all who texted me that you were ninja watching, we appreciate you. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the hand claps. All right, everyone, go ahead and have a great Sunday evening, and we will see you tomorrow.
Adios.
Adios.